Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 6, Book 60, number 155. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "Nobody has the right to say that I am better than Jonah bin Matta." Volume 6, Book 60, number 156. Narrated by Mujahid. That he asked Ibn Abbas, "Is there a prostration Surat al-Sad?" 38.24. Ibn Abbas said, "Yes," and then recited, "We gave." So follow the guidance. 6.85, 90. Then he said, "He, David, is one of them, i.e. those prophets." Mujahid narrated, "I asked Ibn Abbas regarding the above verse. He said, your prophet, Muhammad, was one of those who were ordered to follow them." Volume 6, Book 60, number 157. Narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah. The Prophet said, "May Allah curse the Jews. When Allah forbade them to eat the fat of animals, they melted it and sold it, and utilized its price." Volume 6, Book 60, number 158. Narrated by Abu Wa'il. Abdullah bin Mas'ud said, "None has more sense of gairah than Allah, therefore he prohibits shameful sins, illegal sexual intercourse, etc., whether committed openly or secretly. And none loves to be praised more than Allah does, and for this reason he praises himself." I asked Abu Wali, "Did you hear it from Abdullah?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Did Abdullah ascribe it to Allah's apostle?" He said, "Yes." Volume 6, Book 60, number 159. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "The hour will not be established until the sun rises from the west, and when the people see it, then whoever will be living on the surface of the earth will have faith. And that is the time when no good will it do to a soul to believe then, if it believed not before." 6.158. Volume 6, Book 60, number 160. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "The hour will not be established till the sun rises from the west, and when it rises from the west, and the people see it, they all will believe. And that is the time when no good will it do to a soul to believe then." Then he recited the whole verse. 6.158. Volume 6, Book 60, number 161. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Allah's apostle said, "None has more sense of gairah than Allah, and for this he has forbidden shameful sins whether committed openly or secretly, and none loves to be praised more than Allah does. And this is why he praises himself." Volume 6, Book 60, number 162. Narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. A man from the Jews, having been slapped on his face, came to the Prophet and said, "O Muhammad, a man from your companions from the Ansar has slapped me on my face." The Prophet said, "Call him." When they called him, the Prophet said, "Why did you slap him?" He said, "O Allah's apostle, while I was passing by the Jews, I heard him saying, 'By him who selected Moses above the human beings,' I said, 'even above Muhammad.' I became furious and slapped him on the face." The Prophet said, "Do not give me superiority over the other prophets. For on the day of resurrection, the people will become unconscious and I will be the first to regain consciousness. Then I will see Moses holding one of the legs of the throne. I will not know whether he has come to his senses before me or that the shock he had received at the mountain, during his worldly life, was sufficient for him." Volume 6, Book 60, number 163. Narrated by Said ibn Zaid. The Prophet said, "Al-Kama is like the man, sweet resin or gum, in that it grows naturally without human care, and its water is a cure for the eye diseases." Volume 6, Book 60, number 164. Narrated by Abu ad-Darda. There was a dispute between Abu Bakr and Umar, and Abu Bakr made Umar angry. So, Umar left angrily. Abu Bakr followed him, requesting him to ask forgiveness of Allah for him. But Umar refused to do so and closed his door in Abu Bakr's face. So Abu Bakr went to Allah's apostle while we were with him. Allah's apostle said, "This friend of yours must have quarreled with somebody." In the meantime, Umar repented and felt sorry for what he had done. So he came, greeted those who were present, and sat with the Prophet and related the story to him. Allah's apostle became angry and Abu Bakr started saying, "O Allah's apostle, by Allah, I was more at fault than Umar." Allah's apostle said, "Are you, people, leaving for me my companion?" Abu Bakr, "Are you, people, leaving for me my companion?" When I said, "O people, I am sent to you all as the apostle of Allah," you said, "You tell a lie." While Abu Bakr said, "You have spoken the truth." Volume 6, Book 60, number 165. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "It was said to the children of Israel, enter the gate in prostration and say Hitatan. 7.161, we shall forgive you your faults. But they changed Allah's order and entered, dragging themselves on their buttocks and said, Habatan, a grain, in a Sharatan, hair." Volume 6, Book 60, number 166. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. Uyayna bin Hisn bin Hudhaifa came and stayed with his nephew Al-Hurb bin Kay, who was one of those whom Umar used to keep near him, as the Qurra, learned men knowing Quran by heart, were the people of Umar's meetings and his advisers whether they were old or young. Uyayna said to his nephew, "O son of my brother, you have an approach to this chief, so get for me the permission to see him." Al-Hur said, "I will get the permission for you to see him." So Al-Hur asked the permission for Uyayna and Umar admitted him. When Uyayna entered upon him, he said, "Beware, O the son of Al-Khattab. By Allah, you neither give us sufficient provision nor judge among us with justice." Thereupon, Umar became so furious that he intended to harm him, but Al-Hur said, "O chief of the believers, Allah said to his prophet, hold to forgiveness, command what is right, and leave, don't punish, the foolish." 7.199, and this, i.e., Uyayna, is one of the foolish. By Allah, Umar did not overlook that verse when Al-Hur recited it before him. He observed the orders of Allah's book strictly. Volume 6, Book 60, number 167. Narrated by Abdullah bin Azed Zubair. The verse, hold to forgiveness, command what is right, was revealed by Allah except in connection with the character of the people. Abdullah bin Azed Zubair said, Allah ordered his prophet to forgive the people their misbehavior towards him. Volume 6, Book 60, number 168. Narrated by Said bin Jubair. I asked Ibn Abbas regarding Surat Al-Anfal. He said, it was revealed in connection with the Battle of Badr. Volume 6, Book 60, number 169. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. Regarding the verse, verily, the worst of beasts in the sight of Allah are the deaf and the dumb, those who understand not. 8.22, the people referred to here were some persons from the tribe of Bani Abd Adar. Volume 6, Book 60, number 170. Narrated by Abu Sa'id bin al-Mu'alla. While I was praying, Allah's apostle passed me and called me, but I did not go to him until I had finished the prayer. Then I went to him, and he said, what prevented you from coming to me? Didn't Allah say, O you who believe, answer the call of Allah by obeying him, and his apostle when he calls you? He then said, I will inform you of the greatest surah in the Quran before I leave the mosque. When Allah's apostle got ready to leave the mosque, I reminded him. He said, "It is. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds," i.e. Surat al-Fatiha, as Saba al-Mathani, the 7 repeatedly recited verses.